find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Going to put it up right away. Trying to find Barkley on the out route, and he's got it. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, it had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football overtime, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Slayton. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Barkley will score. Touchdown, New York. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may have been turned into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Open here, Adam Thielen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Vikings had 5 and 9 on the year. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Room here to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Lance now to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off of play action, here's Lance. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. That'll leave him 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing in the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now Cousins. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A first down throw for Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now a play fake. Lance. Got a man, that's Richie James. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Come on, set.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And his throw is incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. The Giants is going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From midfield, here's Lance. And this is going to be incomplete. The other day they told us when we got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Delivers the pass to Rager on the out route. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, who can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Throwing, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
A first down carry for Barkley. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth?
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try the end around with Robinson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they look very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The end result, 21 yards. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Lance. This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Cousins on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Gano the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And this will be a Vikings first down as he gets it up past the 35.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now Cousins. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Lance now on 1st down. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And Lance going to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's James. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Lance. He's got this complete to Robinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So 1st and 10, and if we score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Barkley inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On play action, Lance. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down and 4, Lance. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton from 4 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 28-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 and the 24.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it.
And now here's another interception. Julian Love picks it. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 23 yards, the final tally.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On the double.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. They'll run it again with Barkley. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Throwing now is Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. It almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's Been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Finding Hockenson here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. Cousins now. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Cousins gives way to Cook. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
They run it again with Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep doing it.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Giants are going to get the football back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Harrison Smith there up from his safety spot to make the play behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Running left, it's Barkley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 48-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario. What feels good to you and what feels good to your team? You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do them? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. On 2nd and 10, Cousins. And my goodness, another interception. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they take a knee.
Ready, break.
And they will take a knee here. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big.
Dale.